Hey guys, I'm Johnny with the Rise Real Estate Group. I'm a real estate agent right here in Los Angeles.
Hey guys, I'm Brian McKim. I'm a senior loan officer with House America Financial. I've been in the business for about 23 years, and we're also local here in Los Angeles. And
Where to operate. Brian and I have worked a ton of deals together, but what we wanted to do is just kind of give anyone who's interested in buying or selling just a look at what the market is like and where rates are at each week to kind of give you like a look at where things are right now. And feel free to ask questions or comments, and we'll get to them the next week. But Brian, let's just jump into this. Like, how are you personally feeling with the market right now? We've kind of seen some crazy stuff going on, but how are you feeling with everything?
I'm feeling very optimistic.
Okay.
The year has started off very strong. There's a lot of activity in the market. I'm optimistic for a very good year in real estate. I think we're going to see some more inventory. So I feel like that bodes well for buyers. That being said, it's still very competitive. And I guess I'm a little bit, I don't want to say surprised, but usually we see more intense competition come spring, come summer, and really because of some of the rate cuts that we saw in November and December, January and February has started off extremely competitive. So
Mm.
I'm excited. It's busy, a lot of activity. At the same time, it is extremely competitive early
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, for sure. We've already seen, homes with 20, 30 offers on them, which is, it's LA, but it's crazy for this time of year. Well,
Yeah.
so with clients that you are pre-approving right now, or clients that you're helping put in offers for various homes, how are they feeling? What's the general vibe? Are they nervous, anxious, excited? What's been your experience?
Well, I was in a meeting a few days ago and we were kind of talking about some of the emotions of especially first-time home buyers. And what I would
Yeah,
say is in every market, regardless of rates, even when rates were 2.5 or 2.75, uh, there is to be expected an element of kind of nervousness.
yeah,
It's a big purchase. There is going to be some inevitable anxiety that is always there, regardless of the price point, regardless of kind of where rates are, what the market's doing. So I think it's important to recognize that and kind of see it for what it is, that it's not anything unique to February 2024. Um,
yeah,
that said, we definitely are seeing a fervor in many cases, some anxiety.
yeah,
I unfortunately the supply challenges that we've seen really for the last couple of years haven't changed at all. If anything, perhaps stayed the same or even gotten tighter. So, buyers are in a position where it's competitive. They've got to move super fast. Prices haven't gone down. So you add all that together, and there is a little bit of, I guess, nervousness. But that's to be expected in pretty much any market. But we're certainly
yeah.
seeing it now as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'm seeing that as well with buyers, and it's there's always that nervousness. It is a big purchase, as you said. So that's to be expected, and I think for buyers who are maybe you haven't really done more than dip your toe or just checked out listings on Zillow. That keeping that in mind, that those feelings are totally normal and natural. So if that starts, it's no need to panic. It's just, yes, we anticipated this. This is a big jump. So Brian, let's talk about where rates are this week. Now, I know there's a large spectrum of that, but give us a general overview of where things are looking at today.
Yeah, so the overview, the last, call it 60 days, is that we ended 2023 with some real nice rate momentum. And rates had been declining through mid-December, early January. And we've sort of bounced off of those temporary lows. And so some inflation data has come out over the last week or so. Some other economic data has come out that suggests that maybe inflation hasn't gone down as much as the Fed and as much as some people would hope. And what that does is it causes some upward pressure on interest rates. And
Yeah.
so what we're seeing now is rates that were maybe in the low sixes, high fives, maybe 30 days ago. Now we're kind of back up to mid sixes, high sixes, possibly even low sevens, depending on the scenario. So we're kind of back up to levels that we saw in November, early November of 2023. So rates have ticked up a little bit. I still think rates are going to trend downward over the next 12 months, but it's not going to be like a straight line down. We're going to see some ebbs and flows, and I think probably we'll see more noticeable rate decreases, possibly summer. I think higher probability, maybe fall or winter of 2024.
Let's talk about if someone, let's say they're ready to buy, let's say a young family, and they've gotten pre-approved, but now they're wondering, hey, does it make sense to buy right now? Maybe they found a couple options that are pretty good, but they're just wondering, like, oh, if rates are going to drop, doesn't it make more sense to maybe wait till the summer or the fall? What would your advice as an experienced lender? Again, you've been doing this over 20 years. To someone in that position, is it smarter to buy right now when rates are a little bit higher, or is it better to wait for the rates to drop down?
So what I would say is you never want to panic, and you don't want to make such an important and big purchase on an impulse or feelings of pressure that I have to buy this month or in the next 60 days or else. So you got to have a good team around you if you're a buyer, a great agent, hopefully a good lender, and find a property that works for you. That means price point, that means location. And I would say when a buyer in this market that's qualified, that understands what to expect in terms of payments and closing costs and is fully pre-approved, once they find a property that they really like, I would say be aggressive and go for it. And the reason is it's a bit counterintuitive. We all want and think lower rates are good. And to some degree, that's absolutely true. We kind of want lower rates. That does help. But what's unique about this market, especially in Los Angeles, is there remains such a tight supply. And so normally when we would have seen these rate increases, normally in a balanced market, we might see some price declines or price decreases. We haven't seen that just because there's not enough inventory. And so what's probably going to happen is as rates go down and people are excited about the lower rates, that's going to unfortunately mean more competition, and generally more competition leads to higher prices, bidding wars. So it's definitely not a given that waiting for the lower rates is going to be financially advantageous. You know, you've probably heard the phrase like marry the house, date the rate. And it's kind of kitschy and it's kind of silly. But there's truth in that, where if you can find the right house and buy, even if rates are a little bit higher, you definitely, as a buyer, will have an opportunity, in my opinion, to refinance to a noticeably better rate in the next 12 to 24 months.
When you find the right house and you're ready, the best time to buy is when you're ready. So if you have questions about when that is, if you want to maybe a look into your specific situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave Brian's contact information in the description. So you can reach out to him, shoot him an email, a call, or text. I can vouch he texts all the time, which is not normal for a traditional lender. He's awesome, which is why I like to work with him. And then if you have questions about, hey, I'm moving to Los Angeles, I don't know where to look, or hey, I'm thinking about selling and moving up or moving down, I'm going to drop some resources in that description as well. If you need a Los Angeles visitor's guide, a buyer's guide, a seller's guide, all of those will be available there as well. Brian, hey, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. We at Rise Real Estate Group appreciate you. And we'll see everyone next week.
Likewise, Johnny, you and your team are fantastic. So thank you for having me, and you're amazing. So great job.
Oh, go on.